Nice, perfect. Here's our employee. This guy looks fantastic. So that's perfect. Welcome back to a episode on well, not an episode on Program with Pags. This is a tutorial on how I use AI. I did just take a sip of water and spilled it on my shirt. My bad. Don't focus on the dot. But now that I pointed it out, you're going to be focused on the dot of my shirt. But anyway, I wanted to talk about kind of how I augment my workload and productivity using AI, right? Obviously, huge tools are out there for generating images as a front-end developer, generating UI UXs, obviously ChatGPT, all these things, right? So AI can make you tremendously more productive. I've started a new application here. Let's kind of play around. I want to show my workflow with you guys and show some AI tools and tips that I've personally used and found tremendous productivity. So first one, we want to, well, actually before we dive into the AI tools, let's configure this next JS project real quick. So I just did npx create next app at latest, but again, these AI tools, it's going to be for front-end developers as a whole. It's not just related to Next.js. You can use Vue, Angular, Next, React, whatever you like. But point is, front-end tooling and AI. I guarantee majority of you guys watching this have used either Copilot, Tab9, or ChatGPT, or all three. But what I'm advocating is also do not be afraid to augment other parts of your workload. So we have this initial Next.js application. Here's a wonderful AI deal that I wouldn't say it doesn't replace a UI UX developer, but it at least gives you some fundamentals. It's a website called UIZard, app.uizard, and what you can do is generate. Let's kind of mess around, right? You could type with it with like similar to ChatGPT style of like what type of UI UX you want, right? So let's think real quick. Let's build something like a web application that I guess that can show employees or something or monitor employees. Can you build a web application UI UX? I don't even need to add all this. I'll say build an employee application that can manage employees, and we'll say payroll. How about that? And payroll. And here's where AI becomes really powerful, right? Is obviously you use the tool like this, right? But then while the tool is generating, and this is where the hyper productivity kind of comes in. While the tool is generating, go back to your project and start making moves, right? Start building more while this thing's working. Like don't sit there with your thumb up your keister, start building stuff while that's working. So that's doing something. You have your little robot employee building your UI UX for you. Let's go ahead and step into the next tool. Let's obviously use ChatGPT for some of these tools. So while I'm looking to build this, that configuration is being built right now as we speak, and I'm able to work, right? And that's where the the productivity tricks kind of come in. So I'll say hello world. Let's just initialize this application while that UI UX is still being created. So we have our deal going on right here. And then ChatGPT, let's just go ahead and start letting Chat know, hey, I'm building a Next.js application. Again, this is all while the UI UX is still working, that manages employees, right? And payroll. Can you help build endpoints and components for it, right? And it'll start doing it all. So it's like, here's your junior developer, here's your UI UX designer, right? Like boom, you're already moving. And while it's coding up, I'm moving forward. I'm already focused over here while it's building all of its stuff, components, right? So now I have two things working right now, right? With the well, technically three, myself and these other things, the UI user and ChatGPT. So it's like that's the biggest thing of augmenting, right, your own workload. Let me go to an old project real quick. Let me steal some endpoints, or at least the framework for some endpoints. Or excuse me, not the framework, but the template for some endpoints real quick, guys. And I'll put all this in the description as well, at least this Docker, or not Docker deal, but this, what's it called? Gosh, I'm having a brain fart. This repository is what I'll add. So why is that not? Don't save. I just want it exited. Move, get out of the way. We're moving, guys. So, but just that idea, obviously I need to install a bunch of stuff and ChatGPT's building stuff, but let's check on our auto designer, see what we got so far. Let's see if it's generated what we want. Project screens, looks like it has. Great. So now we have a bit of a UI UX design. We've done a chunk of work and it's been all of 5 minutes, right? We've developed an entire UI UX deal that we can now pick from and say, okay, I want to build that. I want to build this. Let's build a list. Let's build this employees list, right? We're not going to build a full application, right? We're not going to build another SaaS product in this bit, but let's at least just build this employees list. Let's run with it real quick and just show how quickly with the augmentation of these things that now we have a UI UX to build off of, and we have ChatGPT, of course, to do work while we're doing work. So let's do it. I will try to keep ChatGPT on screen. Typically, I have 3 screens, so I would actually have ChatGPT on this bottom screen right here, so I could always have it doing stuff while I'm working up here. And then this type of stuff I would have on my monitor over here personally. But so let's steal this. This is going to be the just kind of headline deal that we'll build real quick. Is we want a list of employees. Maybe I won't have images with them, or maybe we'll have like an icon as their image or something, or we'll steal images from online, and then we will do images actually, and we'll do 3D images. So what I do for that is Canva nowadays, where they have, this is also where I build a lot of my cover arts and things like that, or thumbnails. But let's go ahead and show that as well. So Canva has, let's see, boom, boom, boom. Let me delete this, boom. It has a magic media over here in the bottom left, where you can go ahead and write what you want. I want a face of a businessman, like an employee, right? Of a businessman or employee, and we'll make it this type or whatnot. And why is it not letting me? Oh, I've got 0 credits left. Okay, so you do need to upgrade, it looks like, for this, but because we're not going to do that, I'll just look for AI image generator, right? Front end developer type deal. Just go ahead and figure it out. So we'll go somewhere else. We'll do the same deal. Hey, I want a face of a businessman or employee. Let's try this AI tool out, and let's start building out our front end. But this way we can get everything we need. We can get UI, UX, bug help, all this just packed in with just using tools that are readily available at our fingertips. So it tremendously augments us as developers, or should. And this is just a few examples on how to do it. So let's kind of run with it real quick. Let's say I just want get. Let's say get here. I'm going to get employees, guys, and I'm on the fly. This is going to be less tutorial at this point. Let's just go ahead and kind of build a few things. So this will be just a endpoint to get employees. What I want to do is install Prisma. So again, let me go to ChatGPT. Can you help me install Prisma? And I'm back over here. I already know what it's going to say. It's going to do a try catch more than likely for this. And not for, what's it called? Not for installing Prisma, but this is what I need to do is await Prisma. It's already going to have get employees, but we'll just make it employees for the model. And I'll say, I believe it's find many. And then res.status 200, res.send employees, boom, bada bing, guys. And we already have that endpoint done. Almost, just about. So, and then I'll say console error, throw the error, right? And you can almost squeeze this in by my face, and maybe we could say res.status 404 or 500. So, and then while we were doing all that work, obviously ChatGPT was over here and showing us how to install Prisma. So Prisma is just a wrapper around a database to help us build models. So while that's working, right, while we were working, we have the next steps generated for us. So boom, I'm going to install Prisma. I'm going to, let's see, initialize Prisma. Let me move this deal right here. Let's go ahead and initialize it. Boom. So our Prisma model should pop up here. Here it is. And I want to use SQLite. Can you make this work with SQLite? Let's see. Just because it's free, it's easy to use. And we need to build our employee model. So if I say model employee, I can have ID of the employee. How does this work? I believe it's at ID. Let's see. Oh, we need this as well. So you could see though, you could augment very quickly with all of this, with using ChatGPT and just hopping back and forth, right? And let's now look at our UI UX of the things we need. So I'm looking for all the pieces of data that I need now, right? And I could build on the fly. So I need basically an employee ID or an image or something like that. Excuse me, not an ID. We need an ID, but we need the employee name as well. We need the employee position, maybe their location. Let's leave out time, and we'll just we'll just do time for this, and let's just leave out all that extra action items, and we'll build this out right now. So let's say employee ID, right? We have an employee name, and this will be a string value, and then we have employee. What else do we have? Employee location, employee role. Let's see, employee role, employee location, string, boom. And then what else? Employee, what was the last thing? Employee time zone or something? Employee, boom. Boom, employee location, and what did we say? Employee position. Oh, I guess that's already there. So maybe we'll do employee email. How about that? And then you can see I have a red underline, but instead of freaking out about it, instead of getting my tootie in a bunch, let's go ahead and just say, can you fix this? And it'll show me. It'll say, well, okay, in your employee ID, you actually need this. Boom. So it auto increments into the database. I'm not thinking too much about it, guys. I'm just working. I'm just trying to keep it lightweight and just move. Just keep moving. So boom, it fixed the problem. Red underline's gone. We can go here. We still can't generate images. Let's see what we have here. Looks like this deal looks like we have to sign up for it or something. So let's find another AI generator to generate some employee images. I know DALL-E 2 would obviously work. Yeah. Okay. So let's try the OpenAI one. And we're just going to build a quick little list out of images, and let's go to here, DALL-E 2, boom. Can you make employee images or employee images of employee faces or something? How about what's it called? What are those images called? Like employee faces. Can you make employee face? All right, we'll just start with that. That works great. And then MPX Prisma init. While that's working, right? That's the biggest augmentation of using AI at the same time is while it's doing its thing, it's a good idea to start doing your thing as well. So then, while it's doing the thing, let's see, can you please provide more middle-aged man, wrinkly face, brown hair. Boom. Okay, let's see. I didn't even spell hair right, but don't care. Just move. Just move, because we're building, right? So while that's all building, I'm going to go ahead and go back to our application. So localhost 3000, hello world, here we are. And let's see. And let's build like an employee list, right? So we have all this stuff. Let's install Axios. npm I Axios, or if you use fetch or whichever, but the biggest thing I'm just trying to show you guys is while that's working, make sure you're working too, because then you're doubling up on your your productivity. Or as I mentioned earlier, if you're having like the UI UX builds and then you're also building other stuff, you're even tripling up on productivity, which is just huge. It's like, you know, how to impress your boss 101, right? Fetch users, or not fetch users, excuse me, fetch employees. Fetch employees, boom, and then we'll say axios.get. We'll say API/employees, and this needs to be an async await. But that's the biggest lesson. I mean, I guess I can keep going, right, for y'all, but I think you get the point. So if you want to check out at this point, you know, be my guest. But I do just want to blast through this to show you guys how quick you can start augmenting your stuff. So use client at the top of the page. Boom. Let's see what DALL-E 2 has came up with this time being. Nice. Perfect. Here's our employee. This guy looks fantastic. So that's perfect. And then I'll tell DALL-E 2, hey, this is great. Can you make 5 more? Boom. Here we go. So while that's working, let's get back to work, right? Let's keep doing this thing. And I won't even instantiate the back end. Let's just actually build all this content on the front end. I think that'll be easiest. So constant employees, let's just delete all this Axios stuff. Actually, let's just boom, boom, boom. And I'll even do it here. So I'll instead of our backend doing this in our database, let's just do it right here. And I'll start it out. Okay, so boom, perfect. We have more employee images. It looks like it kind of made it a little bit different. But let's go back to our Prisma model, our data, and let's just build all of these out real quick into our JSON template right here, like this. And all I need to do is steal this data like this. Boom, steal this data. Ryan Pegs. Let's say employee roles, software engineer, employee location. We'll say Texas, and employee email. I can go ahead and delete that. Don't need it anymore. Employee email, we'll say pegs@123.com. And then here's the fun part, right? Now I can take this JSON template and come back to ChatGPT, augmenting again the workload instead of me typing it out, guys. That's going to take time. I don't got time for that, right? Can you make 5 more JSON unique employees in this array? Boom. Here we go. So, and then while it's doing this, I'm back to work, folks. I'm back to work, right? So I'm mapping, I'm building out all that while it's doing this. I'm coding, right? So, and then I can start building out my employee list and go back to my UI UX and see what I need to add. So it really augments you as a software engineer in many ways. It makes you tremendously more productive if you can leverage these tools. So boom, now I have all this data that instead of me hand typing out, which would take forever, I just have it right here. So I'll say instead of employee, we'll just set employee to this. We'll use that as like a click function or something, and I'm getting a red underline. So boom, now we have a list of employees that's starting to pop up. And I can say key equals employee ID. Or if I don't know what these errors are, right, guys? So this is why that red underline was there. Boom, just copy all the code. Ask ChatGPT, can you fix this? Boom, here you go. Now it is that key index there, but watch, ChatGPT will do it. And then you just keep moving. You just keep moving. Just still even keep building, right? Like, don't even worry about what ChatGPT is doing right now. Just you keep building. So then while ChatGPT comes up with some answers of what could be wrong in your code, you're already building more code. You're already on the next page. You're already moving forward, folks. You're already putting down the employee role. You're already building more stuff. And it shows us right here, employee key. Boom, needed that. Okay, cool. We'll pop it in. Not a big deal. We're moving. But that's the biggest deal of, let's see. And let's go back to our UI UX real quick. And obviously it's hard to do. It's not like, you know, something to do initially, but I think it was this screen, right? I believe so. So let's just kind of bird's eye view. It looks really tiny for me. There we go. Okay, so that's, let's see how to do this, guys. I'm going to drag this over to here, just on my other screen real quick, so I can kind of work faster. But that's, I just want to highlight and show the workflow of how this could look in terms of like reality, right? So now we have this, and we got our grid. I can say grid calls. Let's see, we got 4, right? And instead of flex, it looks like that's a problem. So then now I got my employee role. What else do we have? We had employee location, I believe. So boom, steal that. Now we have that done. And then what was the other one? Employee email that we decided upon. Perfect. That works great. Boom. So now we have our list of employees already here. We could start spinning it up, making it look good. So let's go ahead and take this color dropper, right? Pick color from web page. Here we go. Boom. Let's steal this. So it looks like we're probably already on that color, or roughly close to it. Say class name right here. BG. Boom. That. Okay. So looks like it's a different color, but let's get it right. And height screen. And you could see this is all coming together very, 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 very rapidly. So employee role looks like that does get squeezed in here. So let's clean that up. Boom, employee role. Looks like this is a bit larger text. So we'll say text XL, font bold. And then it looks like this is like opacity 50 or something. Right, but you could see just rapidly it's augmenting a lot because of using ChatGPT, and obviously DALL-E 2. Let's pull in some of these images, wherever that was. Let's see. We need to go back. Can you make an image of a businessman working, employee roughly age 40? We'll say blonde hair for this one, right? Boom. So now we're getting another image generated. You could obviously steal these images as well from the internet. But if you need like 3D rendered images, right? Build everything, right? So I'll have it build a logo in a sec, and we'll have all of our stuff, right? Let me just work while this thing's working. So here we go. Here's our employee number 1. So I'll make that image or that PNG employee number 1. While ChatGPT is making employee number 2. So boom, here's employee number 2. Boom. Awesome. Can you make one of a woman? Boom. So now while that's working, I'm still working. I'm just constantly thinking about the next step, or trying my best to. So let me try to import those images, right? Import employee 1 from, here we go, assets, images, employee 1, and then I'll copy that down, employee 2, and let's delete Axios. Actually, I will need that image on. But yeah, we can go ahead and stash the employee image right here with the schema, the data. So here's one of a woman, right? She seems like she works tremendously hard. So I'll say employee 3. Employee 3. Guys, we'll just do 3 employees. That's going to be plenty. So, but you can rinse and repeat the process. And let's go, boom, employee 3 from. And obviously, if all this data is coming from the back end, you would actually do it there instead of doing it here in the front end as a JSON template. But now we have those images generated. It took us virtually no time at all. I can stash that in here with my image, right? I could say src employee.employee image, and it should pop up. Now we have our employees, right? Boom, 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 boom. There they are. Now let's build them out. Class name. Let's say width. You know, get all our stuff dialed. Width, height, 50, right? But the biggest thing is just like go. Just don't even think. Just go. Don't think too much about stuff if you don't need to. You know. So const flex, and then let's wrap this stuff in a div like such. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Now let's say mx2 just to give us a little space. Oh, this actually does need to be flex call. And I'll have all this in the description, guys. So it's not, you know, not a huge problem at all. But let's see, item center, boom, boom, boom. Guys, we just built a employee list pretty quick. Now, obviously there could be more room for improvement, but not a bad deal, right? Not a bad situation. Not a bad situation. So that's just kind of the bird's eye view. Let's see what else we needed to add here. So again, here was our employee list. Looks like our guys are a little bit larger. Let's, instead of making it grid calls 4, let's make it grid calls 3. And let's add a little bit of space between this and that. MX5 maybe, right? We could steal this class name for all of our fonts. And I'm even thinking, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking right now of other things I can have ChatGPT do real quick while we're working, right? So that's the biggest thing. Like just have like a meta thinking, and it's hard to do. It's tremendously difficult to do. Can you add a hover effect on these employee cards, right? Let's see if it'll do something like that. While we can go back to here and we can add maybe a border. So let's see. While it's adding a hover effect, I could say border dash B. Boom. Here's our little border that was there. We can also do a margin 4. So boom. And let's go back to ChatGPT. While it's working, it says, oh, here's our employee card hover effect, but can you do it in TW for Tailwind? And while it's doing that, let's go back over here. Let's see what else we could do. So set employee, maybe I want to click on an employee and that employee gets selected at the top of the screen. So I could see which employee is being selected. So I could say set employee, right? That'll work. Let's see, that should be an object right here. I think that'll be fine. And it is. And then we can actually have a larger employee at the top of the screen, right? So let's say MY8, and this will be the selected employee. And now that I've got a second, I can go back and let's say employee name, right? Let me actually just steal this card kind of all the way across the board almost. And let's say, boom, employee ID. Well, it should be, Let's see. Let's think about it. If not, I'll have ChatGPT work on it. You know what I mean? Have Chat work on it. But now that we're working on that, we can actually go back and have it do the tailwind effect or integrate the tailwind effect while we just got a bunch of work done. So it's just constantly in my opinion, you just keep on keeping on, just keep moving, just keep on keeping on. And now we have a hover effect. Look at that. That's pretty. Oh, we did get rid of our border, but that's fine. That's pretty. Look at that. Golly. And then I'll ask, can you make the card selectable? So I can select an employee, right? how far are we in? 30 minutes too? This is not a bad build for 30 minutes. And it shows at the top of the screen. And then I'm pasting in that code we just copied and built. So it'll see hopefully all the on-click stuff that we just did. And let's see, update the on-click handler. So it needs to do this. Okay, it needs to be set null. And boom, let's update that while it's typing, while it's working. Just like keep thinking of the next thing. Even right now, I can think, well, do I need Dolly to augment something else? Do I need something else debugged? Do I need, and let me just steal this real quick, this upper part. Looks like that's all we need is if there's a selected employee. Okay, so that looks like it could be here. Did that work? So let me go ahead and just type this. I know it's a bit sloppy, but I should be able to click a employee, and it said something about that in ChatGPT to fix that as well. So right here on click, boom, set selected employee right here. Return that as the key wherever that deal is. Employee right here. Boom. Okay, so let's try. Nice. So now we can select an employee. We can see which one's highlighted. Guys, we just flossed through that in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So that's the power, I think, of augmenting AI into your workflow. So hopefully that was a live demo. Obviously a lot was going on there, a lot of little wrestling, but it's not exclusive to Next.js. It's not exclusive to React. It's not exclusive to Vue. I think just having that meta concept of think of something while you're doing something, like, almost like a musician playing an instrument. You got to know the notes that are coming ahead, and you got to think about it while you're still working on these notes. You got to be a step ahead working on the next notes too. So using ChatGPT, Dolly, these UI tools, the UIZerd, I think is what it's called. All these things in combination with each other, in accumulation of each other, it really makes for in my opinion, a very, very, very productive person. So I hope there's something to learn here, guys. This repo will be in the description. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.